Geobyte.
Hello friends, welcome to the Geobyte. In this video, let us discuss the solutions for the previous ESET exam questions for internal combustion engines. Since all these problems I collected from previous ESET exam papers, all the problems are equally important. Therefore, my request is you please watch till the last problem. After listening all these problems, you practice with pen and paper. If you find any difficulty with these problems, you please send all your doubts to the Geobyte. Definitely I will answer all your questions within 24 hours. Look at the very first problem. Ignition quality of diesel engine fuel is expressed by an index called. Dear friends, for the diesel engine, diesel is the fuel. The quality of the diesel is measured in terms of cetane number, whereas the quality of the petrol for SI engine is measured in terms of octane number. This problem is very important problem. Once again, the quality of the diesel for the diesel engine is always measured in terms of cetane number, whereas the quality of the petrol in case of spark ignition engine is measured in terms of octane number. Let us take another problem. Look at the second problem. For a 4-stroke cycle internal combustion engine running at 2000 rpm has its camshaft slumming at, that means the camshaft has to run. In case of 4-stroke engine, the cyclic operations are completed by 4 movements of the piston or 2 revolutions of the crank. By the time the crank is completing 2 revolutions, only one time the inlet valve should be opened and only one time the outlet valve should be opened. Therefore, the speed of camshaft the speed of the camshaft is equal to half of the crankshaft speed. Here cam and rocker arm mechanism is used for opening the both inlet valve and outlet valve in case of 4-stroke engine. The cam mechanism is such that the speed of the cam is always half of the crankshaft speed. Half the crankshaft speed is given 2000. Therefore, it is equal to 1000 rpm. By the time the crankshaft is completing 2000 revolutions per minute, the camshaft is completing only 1000 rpm. Look at the option D. Option D is absolutely correct. Let us take another problem. Look at the problem. The ratio of brake power to indicated power is called mechanical efficiency. So mechanical efficiency is equal to ratio between brake power and indicated power is called mechanical efficiency. Look at the option A. Option A itself is absolutely correct. Let us take another problem. Look at the fourth problem. In a petrol engine, the speed increase, the spark would, that means when the speed of the crank is increasing, definitely the sparking has to be advanced. That means the advance angle of the spark always proportional to speed. When the speed increases, definitely spark advance angle to be increased. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. Let us take another problem. Look at the next problem. The area of the indicator diagram taken during the test of an engine is 4.5 centimeter square. Area of the indicator diagram is 4.5 centimeter square. Okay, and its length is 7 centimeters. Length of the indicator diagram 7 centimeters. Strength of the indicator spring is 82 newtons per square centimeter of compression. Here strength of the indicator spring means stiffness of the spring. Stiffness of the spring, 1 minute. Stiffness of spring may be denoted by K equal to 82 Newton per centimeter square of compression. Okay, the mean effective pressure. You are asked to find the mean effective pressure. Mean effective pressure equal to, as you know, area of the indicator diagram by length of the indicator diagram into spring constant K. Here area of the indicator diagram 4.5 divided by length is 7 into spring constant 82. The simplify this. You try to simplify this value for getting around 52.7 Newton per cm square. That is the mean effective pressure. Therefore the answer is 52.7 Newton per cm square. 52.7 Newton per centimeter square. I hope you got my point. You try to remember this formula. Mean effective pressure equal to area of the indicator diagram divided by length of the indicator diagram into spring constant or stiffness of the spring. I hope you got my point. Let us take another problem. Look at the next problem. A petrol engine has a compression ratio of 8. Here compression ratio RC is given 8. Remember, petrol engine is working on the cycle called Otto cycle. These are the data given for Otto cycle. Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for petrol engine, whereas diesel cycle is the ideal cycle for diesel engine, like how the Brayton cycle is the ideal cycle for gas turbine power plant. Its air standard efficiency, Otto cycle efficiency equal to 1 minus 1 by RC rest gamma minus 1. Generally, the air is the working fluid for all air standard cycles. For air, gamma equal to, for air, adiabatic index gamma equal to 1.4. That need not be given. It is equal to 1 minus 1 by 8 power 1.4 minus 1 into 100. For getting the efficiency in percentage, it is equal to 56.4%. 56.4%. That is the Otto cycle efficiency or ideal efficiency of the petrol engine, 56.4%. Let us fill the blank, 56.4%. Let us take the one more problem. Look at the 7th problem. Reheating there is a small printing error. Reheating in multi-stage expansion of gas turbine cycle. Dear friends, reheating means method of heating the gas between the two stages of turbine expansion. Let me write the definition. The method of heating the gas, the method of heating the gas between the two stages of turbine expansion is called reheating. Turbine expansion is called reheating. Between the two stages means here high pressure stays and low pressure stays. Now anyhow, because of the reheating, turbine work increases at constant compression work. Because of the reheating, turbine work increases at constant turbine work. Therefore, the net work equal to turbine work minus compression work. Because of the increase in turbine work, net work increases. Then work ratio equal to ratio between the net work and turbine work. Net work equal to what? Turbine work minus compression work divided by turbine work. It is also written as 1 minus compression work by turbine work. Here turbine work increases due to reheating at constant compression work. Therefore, the work ratio increases. That is how the work ratio can be increased by reheating mechanism. Anyhow, reheating in multi-stage expansion gas turbine cycle improves thermal efficiency. Here thermal efficiency like this. Thermal efficiency equal to net work output by heat supplied. Because of the reheating, along with net work output, heat supplied also increases. The combined effect is decreasing the thermal efficiency. Because of the reheating, thermal efficiency decreases, but work ratio increases. Look at the option A, improves thermal efficiency. No. B, improves work ratio. Absolutely correct. The reheating always increasing the work ratio or turbine work output. I hope you got my point. Let us take another problem. Look at the next problem. The compression ratio in a petrol engine. Dear friends, the compression ratio RC for petrol engine should vary from 6:1 to 12:1. If the compression ratio for petrol engine is more than 12:1, detonation occurs. Whereas the compression ratio for diesel engine is varying from 16:1 to 24:1. It means if the compression ratio for diesel engine is less than 16:1, detonation occurs. Therefore, practically petrol engines are constructed to operate at low compression ratio and diesel engines are constructed to operate at high compression ratio. Among the given options, you can select option B. Option B is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us take another problem. Look at the next problem. The piston in diesel engine is cooled by, dear friends, Diesel engines are generally selected for large capacity engines or heavy duty purpose. Since the diesel engines are used for heavy duty purpose, the amount of heat liberated in the diesel engine is very high. Therefore, cylinder walls are maintaining very high temperature. To cool that high temperature cylinder walls, generally water is used as a coolant. Whereas for petrol engine we can use in scooties, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, etc. The amount of heat liberated by the petrol engine is less comparatively diesel engine. Therefore, the light engines are the engines which are connected to light vehicles. The petrol engine which is connected to light vehicles are cooled by the air as the working material. Anyhow, for the diesel engines, for majority of the diesel engines, water is the coolant. Therefore, option A is absolutely correct. I hope you got my point. Let us take one more problem. Look at the 10th problem. A carburetor supplies mixture of air and petrol. Mixture of air and petrol is entering to the cylinder during the suction stroke in case of petrol engine, whereas in the diesel engine only air is entering to the cylinder during the first stroke. Anyhow, that mixture of the correct mixture of air and fuel is mixed in a chamber called carburetor. Anyhow, carburetor supplies the required quantity of air and petrol. Option C is absolutely correct. Let us take another problem. Let us take the 11th problem. The air fuel ratio of jet engine is, dear friends, remember the jet engines like turbojet is always constructed to work with the open type gas turbine power plant. Open type gas turbine power plant. In case of open type gas turbine power plant, if I take the block diagram, it consists of a compressor. This compressor takes the air from the surroundings and is compressing. The high pressure air is leaving from the compressor to enter to combustion chamber. This is the combustion chamber where the fuel is firing. Because of the fuel firing, large amount of hot gas particles are developed. Then the combusted gas are mixed with the compressed air. Then the mixture strength increases. That high pressure and high temperature gas is made to expand over the turbine blades. Remember, we are selecting a particular kind of material for gas turbine blades and gas turbine rotor. The material which is available in the market for constructing the gas turbine blades and rotor for withstanding up to 1500 Kelvin only. Up to 1500 Kelvin, the material selected for the gas turbine blade can withstand. Therefore, this 1500 Kelvin is the metallurgical limitation, is also called sealing temperature. This is the sealing temperature. That means you should not operate the gas turbine above 1500 Kelvin. But because of the fuel firing, large amount of heat is liberated, then the temperature will increase beyond 1500 Kelvin. For that, what we are practically doing is we are going to supply more and more quantity of the air. We are going to supply more and more quantity of the air to the system by selecting the rotary compressor. Rotary compressor like axial flow compressor. That axial flow compressor is dumping large quantity of the air for the same quantity of the fuel firing. Therefore, the temperature may be regulated to 1500 Kelvin. If I maintain only the chemically correct ratio or chemically correct air fuel ratio, the temperature at the end of the combustion chamber may be around 2200 Kelvin or 2500 Kelvin. At that very high temperature, the gas turbine blades may be melting. Therefore, for making the system in safe side, it is our responsibility to send the more quantity of the air to the combustion chamber. That is the reason practically the air fuel ratio for gas turbine power plants varying from 60:1 to 120:1. Such a large air fuel ratio we are intentionally maintaining for gas turbine power plants. Such a large air fuel ratio you can't find for the IC engines like internal combustion engines, either it is diesel engine or petrol engine. Look at the air fuel ratio 60:1 given, 90:1 given. Among the two options you can select the 60:1. Generally it is varying from 60:1 to 120:1. You can select the 60:1 is the most appropriate answer. I hope you got my point. Look at the 12th problem. Closed cycle gas turbine works on the cycle Joule cycle or Brayton cycle. Remember, Brayton cycle is the ideal cycle for gas turbine power plant. Let me write like this. For gas turbine power plant is working on Brayton cycle. Brayton or Joule cycle. It means Brayton cycle is the ideal cycle for gas turbine power plant. Whereas for steam power plant is constructed to work on Rankine cycle. Therefore, Rankine cycle is the ideal cycle for thermoelectric power plant. Similarly, the Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for petrol engine. The petrol engines are constructed to work on Otto cycle. Therefore, Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for petrol engine. Similarly, for diesel engine, for a practical diesel engine, the ideal cycle or theoretical cycle is diesel cycle. So, diesel cycle is the ideal cycle for diesel engine. Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for petrol engine. Rankine cycle is the ideal cycle for steam power plant, whereas Brayton cycle is the ideal cycle for gas turbine power plant. I hope you clearly understood. So, closed cycle gas turbine power plant is constructed to work on Joule cycle or Brayton cycle. I hope you got my point. Let us take next problem. Look at the next problem. The number of valves in two-stroke engine. Dear friends, the two-stroke engines are constructed to work with ports, PORTS. Ports are just opening passages, whereas the four-stroke engines are constructed to work on valve mechanism or valves. So from this you can conclude that the two-stroke engines do not need any valve mechanism. Look at the options. Once again the question is, the number of valves in a two-stroke engine is 0. Absolutely 0 is correct. No valve is used for the petrol engine. I hope you got my point. Let us take the next problem. Look at the 14th problem. In a petrol engine, theoretical ratio of air fuel is approximately. For a petrol engine, stoichiometric air fuel ratio or chemically correct air fuel ratio equal to 15:1. That 15:1 is also called stoichiometric air fuel ratio. So 15:1 is the chemically correct air fuel ratio for the petrol engine. Look at the option C. Option C is absolutely correct. Let us take the next problem. Look at the last problem. For gas turbine, the compressors used. You know, gas turbines can be used at the ground level. For ground level, for a ground level gas turbine power plant, generally we are selecting the centrifugal compressor. Whereas for the jet propulsion system, gas turbine for jet propulsion system, for gas turbine in jet propulsion system, in jet propulsion system like turbojet, jet propulsion system, generally we are preferring the axial flow compressors. Anyhow, the gas turbine which is connected to either turbojet or turboprop is generally constructed to work with the axial flow compressor. But for this problem, just it is given as general statement. For gas turbines, the compressor, I can select the centrifugal compressor. You can use the centrifugal compressor for the gas turbine power plant at the ground level. I hope you got my point. Dear friends, with this, I am concluding this video. In the next video, I will discuss some more problems which were given in the previous ESET exams. Dear friends, after listening all these problems, you please practice once again, because the general trend in the ESET examination is the questions are repeating in the ESET examination. That's why you practice with pen and paper. If you find any difficulty while you are practicing, you please send all your doubts to the GeoByte. Definitely, I will answer all your questions within 24 hours. And please subscribe our channel called GeoByte for getting the future updates. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.
GeoByte.